All right. I know I said I was going to start at 7, but you know what? I'm unpredictable. The Rittenhouse trial. The closing arguments. We're going to try to make this sweet and simple. Simple and sweet, whichever way. So, the prosecution. First part of the prosecution. Good old Binger here who, holding the gun, holding his weapon there, has his finger on the trigger. What a great guy, huh? He used a lot of footage, and really, like I say, they can't really defend the... I don't think you can realistically defend what occurred. And they're just like, well, why did Kyle Rittenhouse need satellite imagery, or why did he need coordinates to get somewhere? Well, things were on fire, things were being destroyed. It's hard to have landmarks, but nobody cared about that. And basically, he did get, it went very long. It went about 2 hours. Actually, it was about like 2 hours and 40 minutes or something like that. So then the defense came up. He had Richards. He had a lot of zingers. He had a lot of those, like I say, he was Mr. Havoc, Havoc, and, hocus pocus out of focus, all that sort of thing. Like I say, very good lines in there, I think he stumbled a bit, but he wanted to give all the details that he could. It went a little bit long as well. It was probably about the same time. Hey there, how's it going? But I think basically the defense's closing argument was about as long as the defense's was. And then, of course, the prosecution could have a rebuttal. And so Krause came up and gave a lot of cope. A lot of cope there. A lot of, just checking, literally just checking things off. And it was a bad look. It was a very bad look. And so we're going to see what's going to happen tomorrow. People are really going to, we're going to see what's going to happen. And it's not going to be pretty. Regardless of what way you want to cut it. I think folks I'm going to listen to some of this Voss stream to kind of get a gauge of what the... how's it going, Noji's Dead? How are you? It's been a while. But, that way I can kind of test the waters. Also, apparently, Alex Jones was found guilty on all 4 counts for the Sandy Hook thing. I don't really care, ultimately. Yeah, Alex Jones has plenty of money. That's not even me defending Alex Jones. It's just like, what's going to happen to him? Nothing. It's the same thing when people want to cope about and go on and on about Bannon being indicted. It's like, okay, Bannon's been indicted. Whoop-de-doo. Is something going to actually have to happen? They have to go through several layers before he actually goes to jail. If he does, then yeah, I'll say, okay, well done. Well done, shit libs. But to me, it's a Pyrrhic victory. It's a Pyrrhic victory if Bannon goes away. Purely Pyrrhic. It serves no real purpose. I think many people don't really give a shit about, Bannon. I really don't. That's my opinion anyway. Yeah, the state brought out the heavy hitters for this one. I'm looking at this. Oh, man. I think he's going to walk in everything. Like I say, I don't know what's going to occur. I personally think I'm not going to go out on a limb here. I'm going to hold judgment until tomorrow. I'm going to wait and see, and then I'll just go ahead and see what happens. But the thing is, folks aren't going to do anything. From what I can gather, the only charge I could think of sticking, minor possessing arms has been dropped, assuming external pressure is tolerable. He should be found innocent. Yeah, I agree. Did he make mistakes? Absolutely. Mr. Rittenhouse made mistakes. I'm sounding like a lawyer now, but I think that realistically, I mean, they gave a lot of the standard lefty arguments. You heard this a lot from Binger as well, where he said, basically, people are more valuable than, people are more valuable than property, And you say to yourself, these people didn't even come from this community. They didn't. We saw, of course, that Rosenbaum was called a rag doll, and said that they pushed him back like 7 or 8 feet, that this guy in the yellow shirt did. And it's like, what did he do to deserve that? They talked a lot, of course, about, grabbing the firearms, or grabbing his gun. And I think it's a very cringe sort of thing. I mean, that's my take on it anyway. I don't really know what else to say, to be honest with you. I just wanted to post this right quick, and I just didn't feel like uploading it later. But yeah, so we'll see what happens with all this. We'll see what happens with all of this. We're going to see how nasty it gets. And that's my opinion anyway. We're going to see how nasty it gets. We're going to see. But me personally, I think that the energy for rioting is gone. Like I say, the energy that, occurred with the Summer of Love last summer, that energy was taken by the Democrats so that they could get Joe Biden into office. A lot of that energy has now dissipated, and we're going to see where it's going to go next. A lot of that energy now, a lot of that anger has gone into. He did. Yeah, he did. He did have a good take on that. Yeah. If you, I did post that video that he posted to Facebook about it, but yeah, it's all a circus, yeah. Boom, boom, yeah, exactly. Yeah. If all the people got along and everything else like that, we all woke up. Yeah, it's good sentiment. It is. But yeah, like I say, I'm gonna hold judgment on that. Yep. It is bread and circuses, though. It really is. There are a lot of folks who really think that this Rittenhouse thing is going to be. I don't know. People can see it as they want to. It's hard to tell with a lot of these things where things are going. Honestly, I don't even know what the hell I'm doing now. I'm just waiting for stuff to turn on, for streams to get started and stuff like that. But yeah, man, like I say, it's so we'll hold our breaths, won't we? We'll hold our breaths and just kind of go with it, I have my biases, but yeah, ultimately it is, Charlottesville trial should be televised too. Love to see Cantwell doing his bit live on the Skypes, yeah. Yeah, a lot of people have said that, that, Richard Spencer talking to, various folks and say, well, what'd you think about when you first met me? It's like, yeah, we thought you were cold and you were kind of cringe. It's just, yeah. It would be great if the Charlottesville trial was live. Yeah, it would be great. Unfortunately, it's put through the lens of people like Molly Conger and Unicorn Riot. And so, unfortunately, that's the only real thing that we have. But yeah, Goofy Richard, exactly. And then, of course, them talking about Augustus Invictus and all these other LARPers, you know. I mean, in general, the internet has moved on from Charlottesville. Generally speaking, I think the internet has moved on from it. They're like, ooh, it was so awful. But I think generally speaking, you know, other than some left-wing fools and people who made their careers, quote unquote, gotten their popularity from it, people like Emily Gorczynski, who got their fame from that, really. Soggy Oggy is forgotten. Yeah. You know, who else was it? Like Bass Stick Man or whatever? There are various folks who I think, you know, they're going to be forgotten. But yeah, January 6th has supplanted it. Yeah, oh, absolutely. Yeah, January 6th has supplanted it. A lot of folks are still talking about January 6th. But I think that, you know, many folks have already been arrested. Plenty of folks are going to be, have been arrested, and a patsy has been brought. And, you know, Steve Bannon. Is that right? Steve Bannon? I want to make sure I'm not confusing him with, I think it's Steve Bannon, isn't it? Yeah, Steve Bannon. Okay. I want to make sure I wasn't confusing him with the Hulk. Yeah, Steve Bannon. Okay. Yeah, Steve Bannon. You know, now, of course, surrenders to authorities and all that business. We're going to see what happens with that. We're going to see what occurs with those types of things. I really don't think much will come of it. You know, generally speaking, that's my view of it. And we're just kind of caught in this bullshit, you know. Yeah, Emily, where are you going? Yeah. Where were you when fascism came to Charlottesville? Oh, yeah, exactly. This is the one who was crying, this and that. Oh my gosh, look at the fire. Oh, the fire. You know, and all this sort of thing. Does anyone care about Bannon? I don't know. I really don't think they do. In all seriousness, no, I don't think anyone cares about Bannon. People are like, Bannon who? You know, it's like, I think media folks were more upset about him. It's like, most folks barely knew who the fuck this guy was, you know? If I'm getting sleepy, I just want to watch some streams and end my day. So I think that's about it, though. I hope y'all enjoyed that stream and all this, you know, this brief little video, basically, that I didn't feel like recording and then uploading. So yeah, Mega Bros are so cringe now, especially Fuentes. Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, he played an important role, but he was largely in the background. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. The more cringe thing about Fuentes that I find is that he's now wearing a bulletproof vest. He's wearing a bulletproof vest, still trying to hold on to whatever vestiges. Yep, see you later. He's holding whatever vestiges of strength that he has, but I think it's just ridiculous. Nick Fuentes just burned himself out, and really, like I said, just like the Wignats and anyone else that's really online, it went back and forth between doxing and, you know, just like this person's posting, you know, Wignat stuff. We don't want to be associated with Wignats, rah. And it became that sort of thing. And it just, you know, destroyed whatever community was there, you know. And then you have folks that will just simp for Fuentes far harder than, I don't know who the fuck else you want to say, but yeah. Anywho, I think that's all I got. I hope y'all appreciate this little video, and see you later, and goodbye.